Hello, ladies, and welcome to our new Bible reading series. I'm Cindra Enlow from HeavenlyPlace.com, and this year, as we read through the Bible, we'll explore God's incredible story of love and redemption. If you're looking for a Bible reading plan that's simple and doable, this is it. So let's get started and discover the heart of God together, one chapter at a time. Hello, ladies, and welcome back to our one-year Bible reading plan. This is week 37, day 4. And our scheduled reading for today is Joel chapters 1 through 3 and Daniel chapters 1 and 2. So we begin in the book of Joel, where the prophet describes a locust plague that has destroyed the land. But the disaster is more than just a plague. It's a wake-up call from God. Joel pleads with the people to return to the Lord with fasting and weeping and mourning. And he tells them to rend their hearts, not just their garments. And he's reminded them that God wants sincere repentance, not just outward acts. And then comes the promise in Joel chapter 2 as God tells Joel that he will pour out his spirit on all flesh. And, this passage is fulfilled later in Acts chapter 2 on the day of Pentecost. And God promises restoration both spiritually and physically. And then Joel 3 shifts to a future time of judgment called the Valley of Jehoshaphat, where God will hold nations accountable and defend his people. And then as we end one book, we begin another, Daniel chapter 1, where we meet young men who are taken into exile into Babylon. Of course, this is Daniel and his friends, and they choose not to defile themselves with the king's food, but they have faith and discipline in things that honors God. And of course, Daniel wins favor with everyone he meets, and King Nebuchadnezzar in Daniel chapter 2 has the dream where no magicians or wise men can tell him what it means, but only Daniel. And he prays, and God reveals both the dream and the interpretation. And here's where we see the heart of God. Whether it's in plague or exile or facing kings and dreams, God is always near. He's always sovereign over every situation, and he's always calling his people back to himself because he's all about relationships. Okay, ladies, let's get started on our reading today. Joel chapters 1 through 3 and Daniel chapters 1 and 2.
The Book of Joel. Chapter 1. The word of the Lord which came to Joel, the son of Pethuel. Give ear to this, you old men, and take note, you people of the land. Has this ever been in your days, or in the days of your fathers? Give the story of it to your children, and let them give it to their children, and their children to another generation. What the worm did not make a meal of, has been taken by the locust, and what the locust did not take, has been food for the plant worm, and what the plant worm did not take, has been food for the field fly. Come out of your sleep, you who are overcome with wine, and give yourselves to weeping, give cries of sorrow, all you drinkers of wine, because of the sweet wine, for it has been cut off from your mouths. For a nation has come up over my land, strong and without number. His teeth are the teeth of a lion, and he has the back teeth of a great lion. By him my vine is made waste and my fig tree broken. He has taken all its fruit and sent it down to the earth. Its branches are made white. Make sounds of grief like a virgin dressed in haircloth for the husband of her early years. The meal offering and the drink offering have been cut off from the house of the Lord. The priests, the Lord's servants, are sorrowing. The fields are wasted, the land has become dry, for the grain is wasted, the new wine is kept back, the oil is poor. The farmers are shamed, the workers in the vine gardens give cries of grief, for the wheat and the barley, for the produce of the fields has come to destruction. The vine has become dry and the fig tree is feeble, the pomegranate and the palm tree and the apple tree, even all the trees of the field, are dry, because joy has gone from the sons of men. Put haircloth round you and give yourselves to sorrow, you priests, give cries of grief, you servants of the altar, come in, and, clothed in haircloth, let the night go past, you servants of my God, for the meal offering and the drink offering have been kept back from the house of your God. Let a time be fixed for going without food. Have a holy meeting, let the old men, even all the people of the land, come together to the house of the Lord your God, crying out to the Lord. Sorrow for the day of the Lord is near, and as destruction from the ruler of all it will come. Is not food cut off before our eyes? Joy and delight from the house of our God? The grains have become small and dry under the spade, the storehouses are made waste, the grain stores are broken down, for the grain is dry and dead. What sounds of pain come from the beasts! The herds of cattle are at a loss because there is no grass for them, even the flocks of sheep are no longer to be seen. O Lord, my cry goes up to you, for fire has put an end to the grasslands of the waste, and all the trees of the field are burned with its flame. The beasts of the field are turning to you with desire, for the water streams are dry and fire has put an end to the grasslands of the waste. Chapter 2. Let the horn be sounded in Zion, and a war cry in my holy mountain. Let all the people of the land be troubled, for the day of the Lord is coming. For a day of dark and deep shade is near, a day of cloud and black night, like a black cloud a great and strong people is covering the mountains. There has never been any like them and will not be after them again, from generation to generation. Before them fire sends destruction, and after them flame is burning. The land is like the Garden of Eden before them, and after them an unpeopled waste. Truly, nothing has been kept safe from them. Their form is like the form of horses, and they are running like war horses. Like the sound of war carriages they go jumping on the tops of the mountains, like the noise of a flame of fire burning up the grain stems, like a strong people lined up for the fight. At their coming the people are bent with pain, all faces become red together. They are running like strong men, they go over the wall like men of war, every man goes straight on his way, their lines are not broken. No one is pushing against another, everyone goes straight on his way, bursting through the sword points, their order is not broken. They make a rush on the town, running on the wall, they go up into the houses and in through the windows like a thief. The earth is troubled before them and the heavens are shaking, the sun and the moon have become dark, and the stars keep back their shining, and the Lord is thundering before his forces, for very great is his army. For he is strong who gives effect to his word, for the day of the Lord is great and greatly to be feared, and who has strength against it. But even now, says the Lord, come back to me with all your heart, keeping from food, with weeping and with sorrow. Let your hearts be broken, and not your clothing, and come back to the Lord your God, for he is full of grace and pity, slow to be angry and great in mercy, ready to be turned from his purpose of punishment. May it not be that he will again let his purpose be changed and let a blessing come after him, even a meal offering and a drink offering for the Lord your God. Let a horn be sounded in Zion, let a time be fixed for going without food. Have a holy meeting, get the people together, make the mass of the people holy, send for the old men, get together the children and babies at the breast. Let the newly married man come out of his room and the bride from her tent. Let the priests, the servants of the Lord, be weeping between the covered way and the altar, and let them say, have mercy on your people, O Lord. Do not give up your heritage to shame, so that the nations become their rulers. Why let them say among the peoples, where is their God? Then the Lord had a care for the honor of his land and had pity on his people. And the Lord made answer and said to his people, see, I will send you grain and wine and oil in full measure, and I will no longer let you be shamed among the nations. I will send the one from the north far away from you, driving him into a dry and waste land, with his front to the sea of the east and his back to the sea of the west, and the smell of him will go up, even his evil smell will go up. Have no fear, O land, be glad with great joy, for the Lord has done great things. Have no fear, you beasts of the field, for the grasslands of the waste are becoming green, for the trees are producing fruit, the fig tree and the vine give out their strength. Be glad, Then, you children of Zion, and have joy in the Lord your God, for he gives you food in full measure, making the rain come down for you, the early and the late rainers at the first. And the floors will be full of grain, and the crushing places overflowing with wine and oil. I will give back to you the years which were food for the locust, the plant worm, the field fly, and the worm, my great army which I sent among you. You will have food in full measure, and give praise to the name of the Lord your God, who has done wonders for you, and you will be certain that I am in Israel, and that I am the Lord your God, and there is no other, and my people will never be shamed. And after that, it will come about, says the Lord, that I will send my Spirit on all flesh, and your sons and your daughters will be prophets, your old men will have dreams, your young men will see visions, and on the servants and the servant girls in those days I will send my Spirit, and I will let wonders be seen in the heavens and on the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun will be made dark and the moon turned to blood, before the great day of the Lord comes, a day to be feared. And it will be that whoever makes his prayer to the name of the Lord will be kept safe, for in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem some will be kept safe, as the Lord has said, and will be among the small band marked out by the Lord. Chapter 3. For in those days and in that time, when I let the fate of Judah and Jerusalem be changed, I will get together all the nations, and make them come down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and there I will take up with them the cause of my people and of my heritage Israel, whom they have sent wandering among the nations, and of my land which has been parted by them. They have put the fate of my people to the decision of chance, giving a boy for the price of a loose woman and a girl for a drink of wine. And further, what are you to me, O Tyre and Sidon and all the circle of Philistia? Will you give me back any payment? And if you do, quickly and suddenly I will send it back on your head, for you have taken my silver and my gold, putting in the houses of your gods my beautiful and pleasing things. And the children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem you have given for a price to the sons of the Greeks, to send them far away from their land. See, I will have them moved from the place where you have sent them, and will let what you have done come back on your head. I will give your sons and your daughters into the hands of the children of Judah for a price, and they will give them for a price to the men of Sheba, a nation far off, for the Lord has said it. Give this out among the nations, make ready for war, get the strong men awake, let all the men of war come near, let them come up. Get your plough blades hammered into swords, and your vine knives into spears, let the feeble say, I am strong. Come quickly, all you nations round about, and get yourselves together there, make your strong ones come down, O Lord. Let the nations be awake, and come to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there I will be seated as judge of all the nations round about. Put in the blade, for the grain is ready, come, get you down, for the wine crusher is full, the vessels are overflowing, for great is their evil doing. Masses on masses in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. The sun and the moon have become dark, and the stars keep back their shining. And the Lord will be thundering from Zion, and his voice will be sounding from Jerusalem. And the heavens and the earth will be shaking, but the Lord will be a breastplate for his people and a strong place for the children of Israel. And you will be certain that I am the Lord your God, living in Zion, my holy mountain, and Jerusalem will be holy, and no strange person will ever again go through her. And it will come about in that day that the mountains will be dropping sweet wine, and the hills will be flowing with milk, and all the streams of Judah will be flowing with water. And a fountain will come out from the house of the Lord, watering the valley of acacia trees. Egypt will be a waste and Edom a land of destruction, because of the evil done to the children of Judah, because they have let blood be drained out in their land without cause. But Judah will be peopled forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation. And I will send punishment for their blood, for which punishment has not been sent, for the Lord is living in Zion. The Book of Daniel. Chapter 1. In the 3rd year of the rule of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came to Jerusalem, shutting it in with his forces. And the Lord gave into his hands Jehoiakim, king of Judah, with some of the vessels of the house of God, and he took them away into the land of Shinar to the house of his God, and he put the vessels into the storehouse of his God. And the king gave orders to Ashpenaz, the captain of his unsexed servants, to take in some of the children of Israel, certain of the king's family, and those of high birth, young men who were strong and healthy, good-looking, and trained in all wisdom, having a good education and much knowledge, and able to take positions in the king's house, and to have them trained in the writing and language of the Chaldeans. And a regular amount of food and wine every day from the king's table was ordered for them by the king, and they were to be cared for 3 years, so that at the end of that time they might take their places before the king. And among these there were, of the children of Judah, Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. And the captain of the unsexed servants gave them names. To Daniel he gave the name of Belteshazzar, to Hananiah the name of Shadrach, to Mishael the name of Meshach, and to Azariah the name of Abednego. And Daniel had come to the decision that he would not make himself unclean with the king's food or wine, so he made a request to the captain of the unsexed servants that he might not make himself unclean. And God put into the heart of the captain of the unsexed servants kind feelings and pity for Daniel. And the captain of the unsexed servants said to Daniel, I am in fear of my lord the king, who has given orders about your food and your drink. What if he sees you looking less happy than the other young men of your generation? Then you would have put my head in danger from the king. Then Daniel said to the keeper in whose care the captain of the unsexed servants had put Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, put your servants to the test for 10 days. Let them give us grain for our food and water for our drink. Then take a look at our faces and the faces of the young men who have food from the king's table, and, having seen them, do to your servants as it seems right to you. So he gave ear to them in this thing and put them to the test for 10 days. And at the end of 10 days their faces seemed fairer and they were fatter in flesh than all the young men who had their food from the king's table. So the keeper regularly took away their meat and the wine which was to have been their drink, and gave them grain. Now as for these 4 young men, God gave them knowledge and made them expert in all book learning and wisdom, and Daniel was wise in all visions and dreams. Now at the end of the time fixed by the king for them to go in, the captain of the unsexed servants took them into Nebuchadnezzar. And the king had talk with them, and among them all there was no one like Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, so they were given places before the king. And in any business needing wisdom and good sense, about which the king put questions to them, he saw that they were 10 times better than all the wonder workers and users of secret arts in all his kingdom. And Daniel went on till the 1st year of King Cyrus. Chapter 2. In the 2nd year of the rule of Nebuchadnezzar, Nebuchadnezzar had dreams, and his spirit was troubled and his sleep went from him. Then the king gave orders that the wonder workers, and the users of secret arts, and those who made use of evil powers, and the Chaldeans, were to be sent for to make clear to the king his dreams. So they came and took their places before the king. And the king said to them, I have had a dream, and my spirit is troubled by the desire to have the dream made clear to me. Then the Chaldeans said to the king in the Aramean language, O king, have life forever, give your servants an account of your dream, and we will make clear to you the sense of it. The king made answer and said to the Chaldeans, This is my decision, if you do not make clear to me the dream and the sense of it, you will be cut in bits and your houses made waste. But if you make clear the dream and the sense of it, you will have from me offerings and rewards and great honor, so make clear to me the dream and the sense of it. A second time they said in answer, Let the king give his servants an account of his dream, and we will make clear the sense. The king made answer and said, I am certain that you are attempting to get more time, because you see that my decision is fixed, that if you do not make my dream clear to me there is only one fate for you. For you have made ready false and evil words to say before me till the times are changed. So give me an account of the dream, and I will be certain that you are able to make the sense of it clear. Then the Chaldeans said to the king in answer, There is not a man on earth able to make clear the king's business, for no king, however great his power, has ever made such a request to any wonder worker or user of secret arts or Chaldean. The king's request is a very hard one, and there is no other who is able to make it clear to the king, but the gods, whose living place is not with flesh. Because of this the king was angry and full of wrath, and gave orders for the destruction of all the wise men of Babylon. So the order went out that the wise men were to be put to death, and they were looking for Daniel and his friends to put them to death. Then Daniel gave an answer with wisdom and good sense to Arioch, the captain of the king's armed men, who had gone out to put to death the wise men of Babylon. He made answer and said to Arioch, O captain of the king, why is the king's order so cruel? Then Arioch gave Daniel an account of the business. And Daniel went in and made a request to the king to give him time and he would make clear the sense of his dream to the king. And Daniel went to his house and gave his friends Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah the news, so that they might make a request for the mercy of the God of heaven in the question of this secret, so that Daniel and his friends might not come to destruction with the rest of the wise men of Babylon. Then the secret was made clear to Daniel in a vision of the night. And Daniel gave blessing to the God of heaven. And Daniel said in answer, May the name of God be praised forever and ever, for wisdom and strength are his. By him times and years are changed, by him kings are taken away and kings are lifted up. He gives wisdom to the wise, and knowledge to those whose minds are awake. He is the unveiler of deep and secret things. He has knowledge of what is in the dark, and the light has its living place with him. I give you praise and worship, O God of my fathers, who have given me wisdom and strength, and have now made clear to me what we were requesting from you, for you have given us knowledge of the king's business. For this reason Daniel went to Arioch, to whom the king had given orders for the destruction of the wise men of Babylon, and said to him, Do not put to death the wise men of Babylon, take me in before the king and I will make clear to him the sense of the dream. Then Arioch quickly took Daniel in before the king, and said to him, Here is a man from among the prisoners of Judah, who will make clear to the king the sense of the dream. The king made answer and said to Daniel, whose name was Belteshazzar, Are you able to make clear to me the dream which I saw and its sense? Then Daniel said in answer to the king, No wise men, or users of secret arts, or wonder-workers, or readers of signs, are able to make clear to the king the secret he is searching for, but there is a God in heaven, the unveiler of secrets, and he has given to King Nebuchadnezzar knowledge of what will take place in the last days. Your dreams and the visions of your head on your bed are these. As for you, O king, the thoughts which came to you on your bed were of what will come about after this, and the unveiler of secrets has made clear to you what is to come. As for me, this secret is not made clear to me because of any wisdom which I have more than any living man, but in order that the sense of the dream may be made clear to the king, and that you may have knowledge of the thoughts of your heart. You, O king, were looking, and a great image was there. This image, which was very great, and whose glory was very bright, was placed before you. Its form sent fear into the heart. As for this image, its head was made of the best gold, its breast and its arms were of silver, its middle and its sides were of brass, its legs of iron, its feet were in part of iron and in part of potter's earth. While you were looking at it, a stone was cut out, but not by hands, and it gave the image a blow on its feet, which were of iron and earth, and they were broken in bits. Then the iron and the earth, the brass and the silver and the gold, were smashed together, and became like the dust on the floors where grain is crushed in summer, and the wind took them away so that no sign of them was to be seen, and the stone which gave the image a blow became a great mountain, covering all the earth. This is the dream, and we will make clear to the king the sense of it. You, O king, King of kings, to whom the God of heaven has given the kingdom, the power, and the strength, and the glory, wherever the children of men are living, into whose hands he has given the beasts of the field and the birds of heaven, and has made you ruler over them all. You are the head of gold. And after you another kingdom, lower than you, will come to power, and a third kingdom, of brass, ruling over all the earth. And the fourth kingdom will be strong as iron, because, as all things are broken and overcome by iron, so it will have the power of crushing and smashing down all the earth. And as you saw the feet and toes, part of potter's work and part of iron, there will be a division in the kingdom, but there will be some of the strength of iron in it, because you saw the iron mixed with the potter's earth. And as the toes of the feet were in part of iron and in part of earth, so part of the kingdom will be strong and part of it will readily be broken. And as you saw the iron mixed with earth, they will give their daughters to one another as wives, but they will not be united one with another, even as iron is not mixed with earth. And in the days of those kings, the God of heaven will put up a kingdom which will never come to destruction, and its power will never be given into the hands of another people, and all these kingdoms will be broken and overcome by it, but it will keep its place forever. Because you saw that a stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that by it the iron and the brass and the earth and the silver and the gold were broken to bits. A great God has given the king knowledge of what is to take place in the future. The dream is fixed, and its sense is certain. Then King Nebuchadnezzar, falling down on his face, gave worship to Daniel, and gave orders for an offering and spices to be given to him. And the king made answer to Daniel and said, "Truly, your God is a God of gods and a Lord of kings, and an unveiler of secrets, for you have been able to make this secret clear." Then the king made Daniel great, and gave him offerings in great number, and made him ruler over all the land of Babylon, and chief over all the wise men of Babylon. And at Daniel's request, the king gave Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego authority over the business of the land of Babylon, but Daniel was kept near the king's person.